Shabbat Shalom, Shalom Aleichem. We welcome everyone. Thank you for joining us tonight. Whether it's your first time or you're always praying with us every week, welcome to Congregation B'nai Israel. We wish we could be welcoming you in person tonight, but we are continuing to pray for the day when we can all be back together safely in our sanctuary to welcome Shabbat. I'm Rabbi Cohen, and I'm joined by Cantor Sarah Freudenberger and her whole Freudenberger band. We have Peter, Arya, and Ada. You all sound so wonderful. Thank you for uplifting us tonight. And I also want to welcome Jordana Friedman, who will become a bat mitzvah this Shabbat, and her parents, Marcy and Josh, and her brother, Evan. And we also welcome Lila Kaminer, who will also become a bat mitzvah tomorrow. And she's joined by her parents, Joy and Gil, and her sisters, Sarah and Hannah. So we're so glad that you're with us tonight. Even though we may be distant, we're still spiritually together. And we invite all of you praying along to gather your candles and your matches as we prepare to light our Shabbat candles as we welcome Shabbat with "Oh, Hear My Prayer." We invite the whole Friedman family to light our candles.
As these Shabbat candles give light to all who behold them, so may we, by our light, give light to all who behold us. As their brightness reminds us of the generations of Israel who have kindled light, so may we, in our own day, be among those who kindle light.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu, lahadlik ner shel Shabbat. Blessed are you, Adonai our God, sovereign of the universe, who hallows us with mitzvot, commanding us to kindle the light of Shabbat.
Beautiful, thank you. And we invite the Kaminer family to lead us in Kiddush.
The heaven and the earth were finished, and all their array. On the seventh day, God finished the work that God had been doing, and God ceased on the seventh day from all the work that God had done. And God blessed the seventh day and declared it holy, because on it God ceased from all the work of creation that God had done. We do this together. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, borei pri hagafen.
L'chaim. I begin with a prayer of gratitude for all that is holy in my life. God needs no words, no English or Hebrew, no semantics, and no services, but I need them. Through prayer, I can sense my inner strength, my inner purpose, my inner joy, my capacity to love. As I reach upward in prayer, I sense these qualities in my Creator. To love God is to love each other, to work to make our lives better. To love God is to love the world God created and to work to perfect it. To love God is to love dreams of peace and joy that illumine all of us and to bring that vision to life. We continue singing out unto God with Lechu Naranana.
Let us sing out to God, maker of all, sure and strong. Let all of creation, from mountain to sea, hear our song. Lechu neranena. For all of the wonder and all of God's light, we rejoice. So now let us listen with all of our hearts to hear God's voice. Lechu neranena.
We continue welcoming Shabbat as if she were a bride with Lecha Dodi, come our beloved. We'll be praying verses 1, 2, 5, and 9, rising on the last verse, either standing up in your home or in your heart as we greet the Shabbos bride.
Lecha Dodi,
We continue with our Hatzi Kaddish.
Yitzgadal v'yitzgadash Rabbi Be'amad yibrach yirutei ve'yamlik malhutei B'chayechon u'b'yom echon u'v'chayetecho bet Yisrael B'gala u'v'zman kariv ve'meru Amen. Yehi Shmei Rabba Mevorach Le'alam Ulamei Amaya Yitzbarach V'yishtabach V'yitzpa'ar v'yitramam v'yitnaseh V'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal Shemei T'kudesha B'richu Leila min kol birchata v'shirata Tushbechata v'nechemata Damiran be'alma V'meru Amen.
O God, you are as near as the very air we breathe, yet farther than the farthermost star. We yearn to reach you. We seek the light and warmth of your presence. Though we say you are near, we are lonely and alone. Oh, let our desire be so strong that it will tear the veil that keeps you from our sight. Let your light release our darkness and reveal the glory and joy of your presence. We rise in our hearts for our Baruch, our call to prayer, as we strive to draw closer to God. Praise to you, Adonai, our God, from whom the evening flows. Your wisdom sets the way on which time and season glide. Your breath guides the sail of the stars. Creator of the tide of time and light, you guide the current of day into night. As heaven spans to infinity, you set its course for eternity. Praise to you, Adonai, our God, from whom the evening flows. Baruch
atah Adonai Hamari Varavim.
As you taught Torah to those whose names I bear, teach me Torah too. Its mystery beckons, yet I struggle with its truth. You meant Torah for me. Did you mean the struggle for me too? Don't let me struggle alone. Help me to understand, to be wise, to listen, to know. Lead me into the mystery.
Baruch atah Adonai, ohev amo Yisrael.
We invite our Friedman family as they lead us in the Shema.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Baruch v'chayuto le'olam va'ed.
Ve'afta et Adonai Elohecha b'kol levacha u'b'kol nafshecha u'b'kol me'odecha v'chayu ha'verim ha'elek asher Anochi mitzacha hayom al levavecha v'shitacham levavecha v'divartam bam v'ishtecha b'betecha u'bletecha ba'derek v'shuktecha u'kumecha u'shartam le'ot al yodecha v'chayu l'tachu b'neinecha Utartam, Amizubetecha, Uvisharecha, Lemon Tiskeru, Vasitem, Ekomisotai, Bekem Kedoshim Lelechem, Ani, Adonai Elechem, Asher Setiatem, Me'eretz Mitzrayim, Leot Lachem, Leochim, Ani, Adonai Elechem.
Adonai Elohim Emet. And Jordan is going to lead us in our next prayer.
Standing on the parted shores of history, we still believe that we were taught before we ever stood at Tanai's foot, that wherever we go, it is internally Egypt, that there is a better place, a promised land, that the winding way to promise passes through the wilderness, that there is no way to get from here to there except by joining hands, marching together.
And we continue marching together with our prayer Micha Mocha with the Cantor family. Yasher Koach. At this time, we come to our Hashkivenu prayer, which asks God to shelter us through the darkness of night. So let us take a moment to think about what and who shelter us through our challenging times, through our storms of life, as we pray together, Hashkivenu. Shelter of your peace over us. Guide us in wisdom, compassion, and trust. Hashkivenu your name. Shield us from hatred, sorrow, and pain. We rise together for our Amidah as we join as one community.
Adonai sifatai tiftach ufi yagi tehilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu v'Elohei avotenu ve'imotenu, Elohei Abraham, Elohei Yitzchak, v'Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, v'Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol Hagibor v'Hanora, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, v'Konei Hakol, v'Zocher Chastei Avot ve'Imahot, U'Mevi Geula Livnei v'Neihem, Leman Shemo Be'ahava, Melech Ozer U'Moshia U'Magen, Baruch atah Adonai, Magen Abraham ve'Zrat Sarah. Atah Gibor Leolam Adonai, Mechaye Hakol atah Rav leHoshia, Mashiv HaRuach U'Morid HaGashem, Mechalkel Chaim Bechesed, Mechaye Hakol Berachamim Rabim, Somech Noflim Ve'Rofeh Holim, U'Matir Hasurim, U'Mekayem Emunato Lishenei Afar, Mi Hamocha Bal Gevurot, U'Mido Melach, Melech Meimit U'Mechayeh, U'Matzmiach Yeshua, V'Ne'eman atah leHayot Hakol. Baruch atah Adonai, Mechayeh Hakol. Atah Kadosh v'Shimcha Kadosh, U'Kdoshim b'chol yom Yehalelucha Selah. Baruch atah Adonai, Ha'el HaKadosh.
We take some time for silent meditation. Novelist and poet Louisa May Alcott, best known as the author of Little Women, once said, "I am not afraid of storms, for I am learning how to sail my ship." This week, we read about the righteous Noah who lived through the storm and great flood. This story is often considered one for children, as Noah is asked by God to gather all of the animals and species of the world in pairs and load them onto his ark. But this Torah portion is far from a charming story of animals and rainbows. It is a story of survival, a story of perseverance through life's challenges, and a story of resilience. It is a narrative that is both timeless and timely for our world today. Reading it this week, I could not help but to see the striking resemblance between Noah, who had to remain in the ark until the storm passed, and our own time of quarantine, as we take precautions until we have reached a time of greater well-being. From studying Parshat Noah, I have gleaned 3 life lessons that I would like to share with you tonight. Lesson 1, always travel through life's storms with others. In our last Torah portion, we read in Genesis that it is not good for human beings to be alone. And so Adam is given a fitting partner, Eve. Well, once again, in this week's Torah portion, we see that Noah is commanded, "Go into the ark with all your household." And along with his family, he is told to take all of the animals 2 by 2 into the ark. Well, the same is true for us. In our day, when so many of us are isolated or cut off from our usual sources of socialization, it is more important than ever to find those in our lives with whom we can travel through life's storms. Whether by phone, FaceTime, Zoom, or meeting someone outside with proper physical distancing, whether reaching out to a relative, a friend, a therapist, or even your clergy, sailing through this pandemic should not be done alone. Lesson 2, when the storm is long, get busy and build a purpose. As soon as God told Noah that he would bring about a flood, God gave Noah a purpose. Noah was told to build an enormous ark with exact measurements, and this took him 120 years. But I can only imagine that this immense task did not leave much time for him to sit around and worry. When we face challenges, it can be easy to freeze up. It can be easy for anxiety to take over. But if we tap into our purpose, if we can build a personal mission, if we can use our skills to do something for others, we can refocus ourselves. We can reinvest our energy, transforming fear into faith and panic into purpose. Lesson 3, have patience. The flood that Noah lived through, from when the rain began to when the land was dry enough for everyone to exit the ark, totaled to almost an entire year. When the rain ends, the dove brings back an olive branch, symbolizing that the earth is dry and that there is peace once again. While we do not know how long our storm will last, we do know that it has already felt a lot longer than expected and been a lot longer than expected. By now, we have all most likely experienced going a bit stir crazy in our homes. We have tried new hobbies, taken on home improvement projects, experimented in the kitchen, and have had some days when we just long for things to return to how they were before the pandemic. But we must still remain vigilant in doing our part to keep safe and healthy. The storm has been long, but we must remain patient. As each one of us sails through our storms of life, not just this pandemic, but whatever challenge may be raining down upon us, I pray that these 3 lessons can help to guide us. 1, reach out. Always travel through life's storms with others. They are not meant to be faced alone. 2, build a purpose to reinvest your energy into creating something positive. And 3, with the image of the dove after the storm, we can be reminded of the proverb, Gam ze ya'avor, this too shall pass. And we can remember to have patience while sailing through the storm. As writer Louisa May Alcott said, I am not afraid of storms, for I am learning how to sail my ship. It is not always easy, but may we all continue learning how to sail through life's storms together. As we continue thinking about all of our storms we must sail through, and those in our community who are also sailing through their own storms, we think about all of those in need of healing with our Misha Berach prayer. We especially think tonight of Addison Sullivan, Andrea Drucker, Arnold Klatsky, Barbara Pollock, Barbara Seidman, Barry Mintzer, Bernard Lipsitz, Betty Ann Monash, Bobby Ross, Carol and Elliot Porwich, Carol Leader, Chana Bat David, Charlotte Kammer, Chavalea Bat Esther, Claire Weiss, Craig Nisnowitz, David Horenstein, David Schwartz, David Winterfeld, Dr. Dennis Penzel, Dehiraj Nayal, Diane Spiro, Don Rubin, Eric Smith, Fran and Jerry Butwin, Gary Bandel, Gary Israel, Gloria Bernstein, Gloria Plotsky, Glynis Lowe, Harry Blecker, Heshi Glatt, Ina Stanley, Ira Dembrow, Ira Kafka, Jacob Butsy, Jacqueline Gold, Jay Siskin, JC Beller, Jennifer Kirstein Curry, John Zinn, Lauren Kaplan, Marcy Sherrill, Margot Engel, Marilyn Mincer, Marlene Lechter, Martin Springer, Marty Blecker, Michael Linder, Michael Rogers, Morris Ginsburg, Naomi Kirstein, Nicole McKevitt, Norma Friel, Paulette Howard, Rachel Glatt, Robert Solomon, Roberta Katz, Ronald Friedman, Ronna Young, Ronnie Horn, Sarah Greenberg, Shirley Kafka, Stephen Kirstein, Tammy Werner, Tom Shaughnessy, Trip Ravenfeld, and Zoe Latham. We think of all of those who you may be holding in your heart tonight and all of those who are fighting COVID-19 as we join with Cantor for Misha Berach, our prayer for healing.
May the source of strength
Continue praising God with our Aleinu.
Aleinu l'shabeach l'adon hakol, latit gedula liotzer bereshit, shelo asanu kegoye haratzot, velo samanu kamishpachot adama, shelo sam chelkenu kahem, vegoralenu kechol hamonam, v'anachnu korim, ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא. ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא ביום ההוא Ushemo, Ushemo, Ushemo Echad.
This time we take a moment to think about all of those who are no longer physically with us, but who are always with us in spirit. You recall the yahrzeits of Howard Barnett, Sean Benson, Nathan Butwin, Jack Davidson, Raymond Davis, Shirley Ebenstein, Linda Felder, Alice Fishman, Betty Friedman, Ira Futerin, Leonard Goldman, Leonard Goldstein, Burton Greenwald, Jackie Herskowitz, Abraham J., Lillian Camel, Irving Kane, Jeanette Katz, Rose Leigh D., Charles Merwitzer, Irving Parkoff, Judith L. Paul, Adele Pearl, Miriam Rich, Leon Salkind, Maddie Schneider, Leslie Tannen, Gemma Villiari, Fred Wiener, Bertha Weinstein, Carol Wexler, Gus Wolfman, and Isaac Zuckerflame. We hold all of them in memory as we join together with our mourners Kaddish. Yit Gadal v'yit Kadash Shemei Rabbah, ve'amad divrah chirutei v'yamlich machutei, v'chayachon v'mechon v'chayedecho Beit Yisrael, v'agala v'zman kari v'imru, Amen. Yehei Shmei Rabbah mivarach le'olam ho'meo maya, Vit barach, vishtabach, vit pa'ar, vit tramam, vit naseh, vit hadar, vit zalev, vit zalal, shemidu kudisha, barechu, leolam min kol birchata v'shirata, tush bechata v'nechemata, da'amiram be'alma v'imru, amen. Yehei shlama rabba min shemaya, v'chayim aleinu ve'akol Yisrael, v'imru, amen. Oseh shalom b'imramav, Hu Yaseh Shalom, Aleinu ve'akol Yisrael, v'imru, Amen. May the one who creates harmony on high bring peace to us and to all Israel, to which we say, Amen. As always, I want to give a big thank you to Cantor Sarah for uplifting us in prayer tonight, as well as our entire Freudenberger band that we have here, Ada, Aria, and Peter. Thank you so much. And I want to let all of you know to please know that you always have your entire clergy team here to call on if you ever need anything. We're not just here for services, but any spiritual pastoral needs, or if you just simply need an ear, please don't hesitate to call upon us. I want to say Mazel Tov to Jordana and the entire Friedman family. Woo! And we're so excited to be celebrating with you tomorrow, as well as Lila and the entire Cantor family. Hey. We really are excited, and thank you so much for helping us to lead us in prayer tonight as well. Yasher Koach. As we conclude this evening, I wanted to offer these words, Adonai Oz, which Cantor will sing for us. May God grant strength to all of us, the strength that we need to continue sailing through all of life's storms that life continues to throw our way, that remembering that we always have our strength of those around us to draw upon and the strength of God. We continue singing together. Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom, everyone.
Shalom.